Hi, my name's Chris. I'm the Rusty Caveman. Today's a little bit of an update where we are. Have you seen in some of the recent shorts, we've been moving some dirt. So we made a basically a place for the soon-to-come barn. We're looking at a 32 by 56 barn. I'll have it built by a subcontractor or a contractor. That way it's done right, because I don't build barns. Anyway, to get to this place, there's been a lot of things that's been happening here. As you've seen on some of the other videos, there was actually, where I'm standing right now, was a huge wagon full of scrap steel and things like that. And that came from right there. And a couple of other spots. So anyway, that scrap steel we took to the, let me put you down. That scrap steel, we took it into our local scrap yard, LNS. I think it's LNS Recycling in Gallipolis. Behind me you see Eli, just getting rid of some of the dirt pile. The skid steer I had was a rental, so I made sure that I dumped the dirt as close as I could to the actual work site to get more use out of actually digging with the skid steer, because, you know, diesel, although it's not cheap, is a whole lot cheaper than paying the rental fees for the skid steer. So we're all taking turns with the tractor moving the dirt to the back. Anyway, so the scrap steel went to LNS. Can't remember what it weighed out to. It was like a 2,500 pounds, somewhere in there. Anyway, we got $238, and with that $238 on the way home, we stopped at Bidwell Hardware. As many of you know, I go to Bidwell Hardware probably much more often than I should. Anyway, so we went to Bidwell Hardware and we picked up 2 pallets of topsoil for the garden. Now, Dad picks up topsoil 5, 10, 15 bags at a time, and I was able to get all that topsoil at a fantastic rate, because it's the end of the season. And we had them put 2 pallets on the trailer. We brought the trailer home, parked the trailer over by the garden. Eli did a great job of moving the dirt off the trailer and putting it around the different spots for the garden. Now, Eli, can't remember if I mentioned it before, he is actually the son of a neighbor. Good guy. He's I think he's around 40, maybe a little older, maybe a little younger. Either way, doesn't matter. Anyway, so we've got this deal worked out where he's actually staying in our old cabin, which you can't see because of the chicken coop, but the old cabin that me and the wife lived in, we're in the warehouse now. So he took that over as his bachelor pad, and instead of rent, you know, room and board, we just made an agreement where he helps around the farm whenever he can. Works out for him, works out for me. When I got a little extra cash, I give it to him. Yeah, it works out.
Hi, I'm the farm hand.
Anyway, so we are down by the chicken coop, and just to show you a little bit more of what's been done, you can kind of see from where the dirt is over there on the ground that we've moved quite a bit of the pile, which is fantastic. Now, Eli's also, he's got this fetish for a weed eater, so he's done a lot of cleanup, which I greatly appreciate. There, got that cleaned up. And there's a lot of other things here that he's been working on all around the pond there. Anyway, he's done a fantastic job around the pond, getting that cleaned up. Over where you can see those little bits of dirt, that was actually the mechanical overflow for the pond, and the beavers that we had several years ago created the dam around it, and at this point it's going to be easier just to fill it in. So that's what our goal is, to fill that in. Fill it in, smooth out the bank a little bit, and then leave it. And hopefully over the winter, the pond will refill. But with him doing all the weed eating, it's really made a huge difference here. With my shoulder, I just don't have the strength for it anymore. And while that's starting to get a little bit better, I'm still not to the point where I can swing a weed eater for very long. So anyway, we'll get it done as we get it done. By trade, Eli is a landscaper. So the old septic tank, which a couple of years ago you saw me dig out with the backhoe up there, we've been working on getting that covered up so it looks nice. That's currently what he's working on right now.
Free sod.
Yeah, the sod that came from up by the barn site is now being used over here. It's a good idea. Another project that's been going on here is the giving Dad his own little garden house, I guess is what you'd call it. So this old shed, that's been falling apart quite a bit this year, still has a good roof on it, but the sides are about to fall over, and as you can see, it's starting to lean a little bit. We're going to get that back into good shape, and then we're going to move it over here. Now this greenhouse is going to move to the left far enough that we can put the shed in this spot. So the shed will be here. We'll cut a door out the back of it, which will go into the greenhouse. Greenhouse will be moved back to here, and that's how the whole new setup will be. As you can see from a number of other spots around the garden here, we've added a whole bunch of new raised beds. Oh, there's Dad over there. We've added a whole bunch of new raised beds. Eli's helped out quite a bit with that as well. So he was able to do this work while I was actually doing my full-time job. Anyway, got the new raised beds. I'll let Dad tell you about it here in a minute, and show you these, and there's some of the dirt. Looks like he's got a pallet of it distributed, and the other pallet's sitting right there. In the back there, it used to be pretty brushy. We got that cleaned out, and I would say we're almost to the point where we're ready to put the fence up back here. This is the old barn that I grew up with. Back in the back, it's already caved in. It's crumbling. So I hope one of the winter projects will be to finish dismantling it. As you can see through what used to be the door to the greenhouse, you can see through there, and there's all kinds of stuff in there. But we're going to dismantle this thing. The wood, stuff like that, is going to go where the greenhouse was, because the greenhouse is lined with several inches of concrete, and I've hit it with the skid steer and it didn't move. So we're going to fill it up with ash. We're going to burn this whole thing, and anything that doesn't get burned, well, the sheet metal obviously will go to the scrapyard, but we'll fill it up with ash, and then I will cover the whole thing over with dirt. But hopefully this winter we can get started on this project. Biggest problem we have with it right now is it apparently is a home for raccoons, because on this little camera right here, I get 3 or 4 raccoons every single night. That needs to stop. I hope you all enjoyed that. I hope you all got something out of it. My name's Chris. I'm the Rustic Caveman. I appreciate you all watching. Thank you.